We're back. The theme of the show today has been the Harmony 6 project, which is a novel project of homeless people with mental health problems who are helping themselves by meeting and trying to educate social workers and so on. And we have 5 people in studio here with us, and we're going to move to one of the key organizers, the person who really got it started, Mr. Christopher Reid. Christopher wants to tell us, our listeners, about when you have a mental illness, how you manage it, what you've learned in your own life, what you've learned from these meetings and so on. So do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, basically, myself, I've been in supervised housing situations where the workers made it clear to me that I needed to do certain things that brought joy to my life or made me feel better, and to find activities that that I enjoyed. Positive activities to maintain my level of mental wellness, because there's a degree of mental wellness that people can function at, and what we have to offer the homeless people who are mentally ill is this same opportunity to say there's this activity taking place today in our center, and it's designed for you to cope with your mental illness, whether it's art, whether it's poetry, whether it's music, but it's specifically designed to help people to avoid the stress of being on the streets and make them feel better.
And we need that. We need that nourishment for our soul. We need to feel that we're connecting with the world and all that. But what about the idea of being involved with changing society so that it's more receptive to your problems? In other words, being involved with changing things, activism in a sense. Is that something that feels good as well? That is something that can participate in a positive way?
Activism for people that are mentally ill, it's not something they're all that comfortable with, because attention is a big problem. Like, there's levels of attention. We all need attention. We all need love and care and things like that. But, having worked and suffered from a mental illness and realizing you can't smile at all during the day because you're so depressed, attention becomes some kind of pain in a way, because people are looking at you like, what's wrong with you, and staring at you and things like that. But if you want to talk about bringing attention to our issue and bringing it to the level of the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I meant in a very general sense. Activism in the sense, for example, if you're a homeless person and you're speaking out about how you feel.
Yeah.
Even just going to these meetings and participating in educating social workers and things like that, I would imagine that the fact that you're trying to change things in that way, that itself would feel good.
Yeah, well, it's bringing us some kind of hope.
Yeah.
And that's what we need, we need some hope, because, the difficulty when you're in the homeless shelters is the challenge of people putting up, goals for you if you're in the shelter, to get a job, to get off welfare, to get off social benefits, to give up drinking, to give up drugs. But in reality, when you're dealing with mental illness, this is not something that's going to go away.
Okay, I'm going to do a round table here with the people that are here. Everybody say something about what they need to do for themselves, or what they find is good for themselves. How do you treat yourself to feel good? Who wants to start with that one? You want to start?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Bugs.
I'm with the writers group with Neil Wilson. I think Neil Wilson's doing a great job. He's stepping out and doing something.
What kind of group is that?
He encourages us to write, and it sounds like he's going to put a book together and have it out next year of everybody, a little bit of everybody's, and hopefully it'll be good enough that maybe somebody will read it. And then he's got something to do with this St. Bridget's Church and going into culture stuff, and has invited some of us over there, and we went over. Now, none of us went off the wall and spoiled it for everybody else, because some of his stuff he's doing is culture stuff, like what they call it, the harp, that great big harp, and it's done in fine music, and I found that the people who go, like from the shelters and whatnot, they actually they haven't spun out on them and made fools of themselves and embarrassed the upper class.
But listen, Bugs, I think what you're saying is what helps you is when you participate in these creative projects like writing and the art that you do and so on. Is that what you're saying, that you need to be able to express yourself in that way?
Yeah, and yes, and I'd like to see it, rather than put 28 people into different homes around the country, and them just sitting around, not not contributing to anything. They haven't got even any pride of saying, "Hey, I've done this," or feel great about what I've done. That's not right.
Who wants to address this question of what you do for yourself? Darrin, do you want to come back in here with that? You want to touch that?
At the moment, I'm not treating myself, but past things have been activities I enjoy doing, playing guitar. There's many people down at the 454s. They're amazing musicians. Like if anyone's go down there and just listen to these people who are some are homeless, some are struggling with mental illness, and amazing musicians. I enjoy listening to music. That is something that helps me with it. Deal with the issues at times.
Right on. And we can go back here to Steve. Steve, you do photography. That must be an incredible outlet for you. I mean, you've got this great camera, and you're taking